Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be another one of my hauled it but how was it videos. Just in case you guys are new here to my channel and you have no clue what these videos are about, I actually have a whole playlist dedicated to these videos and I'll leave a link to it right here. But basically this is when I come back and show you guys products that at some point in time I've hauled and I've actually been using for a while. I let you guys know my thoughts. That's whether I like it, dislike it, did I take it back, am I gonna take it back, and all of that other good stuff. So no more talking, let's get started. So first things first, I actually want to talk about a product that I took back to the store. So I don't have it to show you guys, but my thoughts on it are concrete, solid. It is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I have been wearing this foundation in quite a few videos, quite a few of my past videos. I'll try to leave links up here to some of them if you guys just want to go back and see how it looks on my face. I want to say that the shade I picked up was 440G. I don't know why that sounds familiar to me, but if not, I will definitely leave the name of the shade I ended up picking up on screen. But I have to tell you guys, overall, that foundation was just a no. I want to say that Huda Beauty came out with like a total of maybe 30 shades. The undertones were like golden, neutral, and something else. I studied those shades for the longest time, and the only one that really looked like it matched me would be one of the golden shades, although I don't always have like a golden undertone. But again, that's just the one that looked like it would match me the best. It did not match at all. I think I even posted a picture on Instagram one time poking fun, like I'm just out here trying to match my foundation to my neck. But even still, I still wore the foundation because again, I wanted to give you guys like my final results on it despite it not being the right color. I tried my best to make it work with like highlighter, contour, all that stuff. But in the end, you could definitely see that my neck and the foundation was just like a total different color. It was like super golden, and it was a lot deeper than my actual shade. But I feel like that foundation, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. It's not really like a fine line in between. It was a full coverage foundation. It definitely gave you the look of wearing foundation, but I still feel like it gave you a flawless look. But it wasn't like how, and I hate comparing the Rihanna and the Huda Beauty foundation. I feel like the Rihanna foundation definitely gave you more of a naturally flawless look where you almost had to be up close to be like, girl, are you wearing makeup or is your skin just really that good? As opposed to the Huda Beauty foundation, it's just like, girl, sis, I know you wearing makeup, but girl, you be. Another thing I didn't care for is that it was like a heavy foundation. To me, I felt that foundation on my face. It just had like a heavy feel to it. And although it didn't necessarily look cakey, I kept checking myself every time I wore it because I felt like I had to be walking around with this cakey look because it just had like a really heaviness to it, like it had some weight on it. So again, it's not one of those lightweight, I almost forgot I had foundation on. Like, no, you definitely know you have foundation. I think if you are someone who loves a full coverage beat face, you might like that foundation. Personally, although I do love a flawless look, I don't like the feeling that I have on makeup. I don't want to be walking around feeling like I have a mask on, and I'm really not always for like that super flawless coverage. It just overall didn't work for me. And again, as I said, the shade range was off. I think the undertones on her foundation for right now is just a little bit tricky, a lot like the Rihanna foundation. I think that of course with Rihanna's foundation, you did need to go in and play around, but there were more options undertone wise to choose from. I don't feel like we have a whole lot of wiggle room when it comes to the Huda Beauty foundation. Just depending on your undertone, you're probably gonna have to mix it. You might get lucky and find it and it might work for you. I'm not saying it was a bad foundation because I really again feel like the end result as far as how it looked was really nice, but just there were too many cons, more cons than pros for me. And I just felt like I wasn't going to get much juice out of it, so I did end up taking it back to Sephora. But keeping with Huda Beauty, I have to talk about a product of hers that I absolutely love. That is the new Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. Huda Beauty recently released, I want to say, about 4 of these like miniature eyeshadow palettes. The one again that I picked up is called Mauve Obsessions. Out of all the ones she released, this is just the one that definitely spoke to my soul. You get such a nice mixture of shimmer shades as well as matte shades, and I just think these shades in here scream winter. But again, for somebody like me who will wear cranberry and mauve shades year round, child, this is my kind of palette. My first thought initially was like, where is she going with these super small shadows? Like, this is definitely a palm highlight, it fits in the palm of my hand. That's how small it is. But after like my initial investigation and comparing it to the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, which I have, I realized that the shades are actually the same size, but they just look smaller because they are coming in more of like a compact shadow pan form. But I assure you guys, they're actually the same size as the bigger palettes, so it's not like you're losing out on anything. I feel like the price is really affordable for what you're getting, and I love the fact that these are more like travel friendly compacts. As far as the packaging, it is like a cardboard packaging, so yeah, you do want to be careful, because I know for a fact, especially since the first batch that Sephora sent out to me, they will break, so you really want to be careful as far as travel wise. But again, I do just feel like I wouldn't need to take any other palette with me if I were to go out of town, because I could do so much with all of these shades in here. So again, I have to tell you guys, I really love this. So yes, the foundation was a flop for me, but she definitely redeemed herself with these eyeshadows, because these are amazing. Next up, I want to talk about a concealer. I was actually sent this concealer by Milk Makeup. This is their Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. Recently, they came out with this new concealer as well as the foundation. I haven't tried out the foundation, but I've heard some really great things about it, so it's definitely on my list of things to try out. And because I've heard so many great things about the foundation, I was really excited to try out the concealer as well. It comes with just a doe foot type of applicator. The shade that I have, I think it's like medium or medium deep or something like that. I will list it on the screen because I don't know off the top of my head. You do get 0.2 fluid ounces, which is 5.9 milliliters. And I have to tell you guys, I didn't really, well, I'm not gonna say I disliked the concealer, but I wasn't wowed by it. It wasn't anything special. There wasn't anything different than any other concealer. It did have a lot of claims. It was supposed to be like a flexible concealer that was supposed to last for a really long time. And for me, it was just okay. As far as the color selection, I thought this shade was gonna work, but I have to use it as more of a highlighting concealer. It is a concealer that I'm wearing underneath my eyes today. And then the shade that was after this would definitely be like too dark, so I feel like they definitely have to work on their shade ranges. Again, it wasn't that it was a bad concealer, it just wasn't anything spectacular. And you guys know I'm someone that has to use concealer on a regular basis because I do have bags, because I do have dark circles. So it was just okay. And okay does not have to be a bad thing, but I guess I was expecting a lot because the claims were a lot. But to me, it's just like a regular concealer. Like, it wasn't horrible, but it also wasn't great either. And at this point, I just feel like I need to be wowed. I have so much makeup and I have so much stuff, and I've tried to downsize and I've tried to declutter, and I have another blog sale coming up on Instagram. But I just feel like going forward, these products are definitely gonna have to wow me. They're gonna have to start living up to every claim, and just basing it off of that, although it was a okay concealer, it wasn't anything special. Meh. Meh. So I recently picked up a primer from Milani. I picked up their new Milani Prime Correct Face Primer. This is supposed to diffuse discoloration and minimize your pores. It's oil free, and this one was for medium to dark skin tones. They had, I want to say, 2 other ones. I think there was like a green one and one that had like yellow in it or something like that. But this one was supposed to have like an orange base, as you guys can kind of see like the label. And I'll put it on my hand and hopefully it will pick up. You guys can see where it has almost like more of like a peachy or an apricot type of color. Again, deeper skin tones, we're supposed to use like peachy orange shades to go for any type of what am I trying to say? Any type of discoloration that, get your life, Tiffany. Most of the time you'll see deeper skin tones color correcting with like a peach or a orange type of shade. So that is definitely where I feel like they were going with this. But for me though, once you blend it out, there's not much in the color correcting department. You don't even really see the color at all, and it does nothing for any of the darker spots on my face. But I will say, as far as being a pore minimizing primer, I think it does that really well. I think this is a really great like sort of blur out your pores type of primer, especially to be drugstore. But because of the fact that they're also advertising it for discoloration and color correcting, I definitely feel like they dropped the ball with that one. But if they were to just focus this as a pore minimizing primer, I wouldn't be mad at all, because I think it does a really great job at blurring out your pores. So I I don't know, I guess it's how you look at it. I actually like it, again, because I feel like it's a great pore minimizing primer. But if you were looking to pick this up to also do some color correcting and maybe don't have to use a color corrector and you could just use this as an all-in-one, no girl. No. And then finally, I have a product from Natasha Denona. I picked this up, I think, during the Sephora Friends and Family sale. This is one of the new Natasha Denona Crystal Top Coats. That's what it looks like. When she released her holiday palettes, the Joya and the Aries palette, if you guys have not seen my video where I picked those up and did swatches and all that good stuff, I'll leave a link to it right here. Definitely go back and check it out. But a lot of you guys were telling me like, oh my gosh, Tiff, don't just throw out the top coats. They're actually really good, because in that video I said that they just looked a little gimmicky and I didn't feel the need to pick any up. But a lot of you guys were standing by the fact that you felt they were really good, so I decided to pick up the peach one, and I'll just show you guys what it looks like. It just comes in this little jar right here. You are getting, I don't know how much you're getting in here. It does not say. Oh, you're getting 0.2 fluid ounces. I decided to pick up the shade Peach. That is how Peach looks on the inside. And I'm just going to go ahead and swatch it for you guys. It has like a really soft, almost moussey, but not as wet type of feel. And yeah, as you guys can see just from swatching it, like, womp, 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 womp. You guys probably can't tell, but like on my finger, it looks like swatch this thing would be banging. But I feel like you really have to like pack and pack and pack this on the lid as far as for my skin tone to really get some color. Now I've seen people use the gold one and it was absolutely gorgeous. So I don't know if maybe I just went for a wrong shade, but I got Peach because I felt like I really love how Peach looks on my eyes, and I thought this would just be awesome, but it's really not. It's really a letdown. These are like 20 something dollars. Again, I just feel like you definitely have to like pack and pack and pack this color specifically on to get some type of payoff, and I was like really disappointed. I don't think I'm gonna keep this. Like I said, once you like pack it on it looks nice, but really, who has time for that? Like, ain't nobody got time for that, Natasha Denona. So more than likely I'm gonna take it back just because it's too much work, but I may try and take it back and see if I could get the gold one, because like I said, I've seen people use the gold one on all skin tones and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I might have just picked up a dud shade. We'll definitely see. I feel like I had so many like negative outcomes with a lot of these for this particular haul, but how was it? But y'all know how I am. If something sucks, I'm gonna come and tell you that it sucks, because I definitely don't feel like y'all need to be out here spending y'all money on everything. That is definitely the purpose of me doing these videos, because not everything is a winner in makeup, and somebody got to be honest enough to come on here and tell y'all that. I'll be that one. So let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you think of the products that I showed. If you have any of these, and that's whether you like it or dislike it, you feel like, Tiff, girl, you out of your mind, I loved it, of course, let your girl know that down below. And anything else y'all want to tell me. And until next time, bye YouTube.